For today's episode, we return to Central Florida. Welcome to Lakeland. Greetings from Lakeland, Florida. I like this mural here. Looks like we got Dixieland in there, we got the Southgate Shopping Center, we got the Polk County Theater. All things Lakeland. Love Lakeland. I think a nickname for Lakeland is La La Land. I think they also call Lakeland La La Land, just like LA. Lakeland, absolutely beautiful. It's downtown, hence the name Lakeland, land of lakes. This one here, my absolutely favorite lake of all of Lakeland, Mirror Lake. That kind of reminds me of the Bethesda Fountain area in Central Park, New York. This stonework right here. If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. Looks just like it, doesn't it? Oh, hi, my friend. Little bird over here. Yeah, I know. We're gonna begin the video. That's right. And so we begin. Welcome to Highway 98. Right over there, that overpass, that's Interstate 4. If you were to get on and go left, Orlando. If you were to get on and go right, Tampa. Welcome to Lakeland's Red Lobster. Not the very first one, but the very first Red Lobster restaurant building is here in Lakeland. And we're gonna go take a look at that today. It's still freaking there. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time. I am Tampa J, and again, this video is about food. Been doing a lot of food, fast food history, restaurant history pertaining to Florida. A lot of restaurants began right here in the Sunshine State. Well, guess what? Red Lobster, as of yesterday, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. They are closing 87 stores countrywide, 16 right here in Florida. This one right here is safe though. The one in Lakeland, safe. This one will not be closing. Lakeland, home to the very first Red Lobster, opened in 1968 by General Mills Cereal Company and Bill Darden. This was Bill Darden's very first restaurant, not this one, the one you will see today. His first restaurant, Red Lobster, began. Also later, as we learned last week, I was in Orlando and I showed you the very first Olive Garden. The building's still there as well. That was also opened by General Mills and Bill Darden. The Darden Company no longer owns Red Lobsters. They are not the ones that filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. They're going out of business, I guess. Oh my gosh, well, not entirely. They're only closing 87 stores. There are over 300 Red Lobster stores countrywide. In 2020, Darden, the corporation of Darden, who owns all the restaurants, again, last week in that video, Olive Garden, first Olive Garden, we visited the corporate home of Darden over in Orlando off of John Young Parkway. They sold their first restaurant, Red Lobster, to another company in 2020 for $2.1 billion. So Darden, we're not the ones that filed bankruptcy. They're not the ones closing 87 stores. It was actually purchased by a company out of Thailand. Golden Gate Capital, a private equity firm that purchased Red Lobster from Darden in 2020 for $2.1 billion. They are also a distributor of Thai Union Group, a Thai-based company that owns 49% of Red Lobster. So half of Red Lobster is owned by a company, this company, Thai Union Group, in Thailand. And they are the ones, with them in Golden Gate Capital, they are the ones that just filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. 16 stores closing in Florida alone. And if you look at USA Today's article from yesterday about the news, over 87 stores countrywide in every state. I think 27 states. 27 states there will be Red Lobsters closing. So, all right, folks. I appreciate you being here. If it's your first time here, make sure you subscribe below. Also give the video a thumbs up. We're heading to the very first Red Lobster. There's much ahead. And to find the world's first Red Lobster. You have to come to Memorial Drive. I have transferred. This is Highway 92. The first Red Lobster sits down that way, but I stopped a little early because I saw this. Check this out. Classic Steak and Shake. This may well be one of the oldest steak and shakes in Florida. Classic drive-in looking. Oh my gosh. Only a couple of blocks from the first Red Lobster. We're gonna head there now. I just had to throw this in the video. Still part of the subject matter. Classic and food. There's an awning back here. It looks like it's still some sort of a drive-through. Yeah, it's got an overhang and picnic tables towards the back. Wow. Okay, this is freaking sweet. Really old Steak and Shake. Man, I miss classic Steak and Shake. Although it's not Route 66, it's giving those vibes. It says it right here in the parking lot. Look at that. This is actually Highway 92, but it'll work. Yeah, check that out. Wow. That is the oldest Steak and Shake I've ever seen. Had no idea it was right here in Lakeland. Very cool. We'll have to come back, munch ahead. Okay, so we're gonna head on Memorial, just a stone's throw away, the world's first Red Lobster. And to find the world's very first Red Lobster, you gotta come to Edgewater Beach Drive and Memorial. Check this out. 1330 East Memorial Drive, aka Highway 92, opened in 1968. Gonna get a whole lot closer, but this building before you is the original Red Lobster restaurant. You are looking at the world's very first Red Lobster. The building. They are open for business. However, this is not a Red Lobster today. It's actually, get this, this is a bait and tackle shop. Welcome to Lakeland Fishing Outfitters and Lakeland Fly Shop. All right, pardon the road noise. It's a busy highway. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the history, show you some pictures, and then maybe, if they're ever so kind, maybe we'll go inside and check out the bait and tackle shop. This is the very first freaking Red Lobster restaurant. It's cool that it's still here. Now, this is not my first time here. I actually got this in the video about 5 years ago. Actually, 4 years ago. I was on my way to the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, and I stopped by here and I got in the video. Now, today, I'm making it the entire video. It wasn't the main subject matter. So welcome to the world's first Red Lobster. And you can see that Red Lobster shape right there, specifically that tower. All the first original Red Lobsters looked somewhat like this. And if you're watching the video and you ever ate here, if you ate at the specific one, please, I would love to know. Comment below, share your memories. That's one of my favorite parts. So it was Bill Darden and a local man by the name of Charlie Woodsby who opened this restaurant in 1968. And a couple years later, General Mills would partner with Darden and they would own Red Lobster, the cereal company. As we explained, General Mills were the ones, and Bill Darden, who opened Olive Garden back in 1982. So several years later. It got so quiet here. Sorry for the road noise. I'm gonna get a little closer so you can see the detail, the sea rock wall, the main entrance, former Red Lobster. Very cool that there's a seafood kind of vibe going on here too, it being a bait and tackle shop. Got a mural over here catching a bass. We got the tower, the Red Lobster Tower. The sign used to hang right here. And go over here to the side so you can see the whole building. I'm gonna share with you some photos that I found. Oh, this is a cool mural right here, them fishing. Check this out. On the side of the first Red Lobster. Little puppy. This is so cool. So when I was out here a couple years ago, it was vacant. The building was abandoned. It was for sale or for lease. It's very cool that there's someone in this building utilizing it today. And it somewhat has something to do with seafood. And now I have a photo in frame of the original Red Lobster as a Red Lobster. This photo looks like it was taken sometime in the late 60s. You can make out the lake across the street over there today. I'll put it in the lower right hand corner or lower left hand corner so you can do like a then and now. It got so quiet. This road is so busy. But you can see that they've additioned kind of this front part, but this was all original, the original part of the restaurant, as you can see in the photo there below. Look at the sign. The sign is really cool. And looking at the photo here, the Red Lobster sign, this right here today is the same sign that you see in this photo. That is the original Red Lobster sign. It's just changed a little bit, but that's it. Holy crap, that's so cool. And that was the only photo I could find of the original Red Lobster. I'll keep it in frame so you can do a then and now. You can definitely tell that this was the one. Also the lake right out there, you can see it better from this angle. This is so cool. Yeah, it looks like they built this front awning on, but the original restaurant where the red is and down there, that's the original restaurant. Man, so loud. Sorry for the noise. Even though this awning looks pretty old, I want to say that it was Red Lobster that actually expanded the building. That photo I showed you was from the late 60s, right when it opened up. I think they expanded the restaurant. Check out the fishy here. Awesome. And the first Red Lobster today, Lakeland Fishing Outfitters. I used to do a lot of fishing myself over in the Tampa Bay area. That was my hobby before YouTube, actually. I did a lot of fishing on the weekends. Now I make a lot of videos. I'm not the biggest seafood fan. I love seafood. Perhaps the main reason why I haven't been to Red Lobster in a long time, but I do enjoy it. And everything I caught, I either ate or threw back. Yep, I was a catch and release or catch and eat guy. I never threw away fish. I'm not that kind of person. Not saying that you have to eat it, but that's what in my opinion, if you're gonna take it home, you should eat it. I am now inside the original Red Lobster, and check it out. It's a pretty hefty, great, look at all this stuff in here. This is a great bait and tackle shop. All kinds of stuff in here. And look, I think this might be the original ceiling. You can see the lake right out there. If you were eating at the original Red Lobster, you had a nice little lakefront view. Check out the original tile of the Red Lobster. This is a pretty big store. They got a lot of stuff in here. I'm gonna look around a little bit. Maybe I'll buy something. But yeah, this is it. Wow, this is so cool. They were saying that the news crew was here earlier this week with the news of Red Lobster closing. They came out and checked out the first location.
Sitting area.
This is the original bar. Whoa.
Like old articles and pictures on there. It's pretty cool.
Oh wow. Standard checklist of common names, principal American sports fishing. Oh, okay, it's just old fishing stuff.
Yeah, that was original to the restaurant.
Original Red Lobster bar. Now facing the lake. So cool. Thanks for showing me that.
This used to be a seating area out here.
And this was once outdoor seating for Red Lobster, and they've got the original bar over there, as we just saw. And now here in the back corner, this is where the kitchen used to be. Over here is one of the original coolers. They now just use it for storage, but you can see the door here and the ramp. This is one of the ice boxes. This is where they used to keep the frozen seafood. You can see an old light switch over there. Actually, there you go. There's the name of the door. Looks like Volroth. Original ice cooler of the original Red Lobster. And they were saying this has changed hands over the years since it's been a Red Lobster. It's been a nightclub. It's been several restaurants. And now currently it's a bait and tackle shop. This is also, there's another cooler back there as well. Yeah, we're standing in the former kitchen of the first Red Lobster. It's a really cool store. Make sure you come check them out. I used to fish a lot back in the day, and they've got everything you need here. If you're fishing freshwater, saltwater, come check them out here in Lakeland. And plenty of fish on the wall here. Look at this. Some trophies. Big bass. All right, walking out of the original Red Lobster. Looks like there used to be some sort of a plaque here. No longer there. I bet at one point, I bet this said the first Red Lobster. I mean, why else would this be here? And I want to thank Lakeland Fishing Outfitters, the guys in there today, for letting me go in there and showing me the original bar tops that are still inside, the original Red Lobster bar tops. That was so cool. Very neat that this building is still here, and I hope it stays here for a long time. Very sad that a lot of Red Lobster stores are closing. Let's hope they make a bounce back. And I'm over here on the sidewalk now. Gonna walk a little ways around it, go across the street to show you the whole building. You can really see the age of it over here. It's also a little quieter. It's a lot bigger than it looks from the road. Check that out. Cool. So right here, in this area, that's the patio area. That is where the original bar of Red Lobster is sitting. He showed me it. Also gotta watch my 6 over here. By the lake, could be some gators over here. There you go. That is so cool. Also additional parking in the back. I was wondering where everyone parked. Who remembers their first visit to Red Lobster? Where was it? Was it here? Did it look like this? Very neat. I love me some history, especially some restaurant history, food history. Yeah, you don't want to turn your back to that. Oh, there could be a gator right there. Don't see anything. The water's pretty murky though. I bet there's tons of alligators out there. This is so awesome. The first Red Lobster. And right here where it all began, Highway 98, Red Lobster. Now, if you caught my Olive Garden video last week, also I'll put a link in the description below if you haven't seen it. The world's first Olive Garden is in Orlando. I express my love for Olive Garden and my history with it. I don't really have a history with Red Lobster. We didn't eat there too often growing up. I was born in Indiana. Seafood wasn't always prevalent, wasn't always through upon me. We did go to Red Lobster, but maybe once, maybe twice I've eaten at Red Lobster. It wasn't until I moved to Florida where I really appreciated seafood. And if you live in Florida, if you grew up here, I grew up in the Clearwater Beach, Tampa area. We have all kinds of fresh seafood restaurants. So Red Lobster wasn't really like our thing. Now I can understand if you grew up in like middle America and Red Lobster came to town, that was your thing probably. This is probably the world's first chain as far as seafood restaurants, I mean globally. And my favorite thing here at Red Lobster, not the seafood, those Cheddar Bay biscuits. Baby. I don't know why I said it like that, it just sounded good. It's a beautiful day in Lakeland to get some lunch. All right. And a very classic looking Red Lobster, not too busy yet. Of course, we gotta say hello to some little friends. And this perhaps might be the reason why my parents didn't take me to Red Lobster a lot when I was a kid. Because these things right here, oh my gosh. Talk about some creatures of feature. Okay, buddy. All right, which one's it gonna be? Which one is old Uncle Jay gonna have? This always reminds me of Scully's from Summer Rental, John Candy movie. Who remembers that restaurant? It's actually one over on John's Pass, a Scully's seafood restaurant. That's where they filmed it. All right, so I'm sitting in the very front window. There's Highway 98. Got the menu all laid out. Already ordered my half and half sweet tea. Checking out the menu. It's been a long time since I've been to Red Lobster. So I was saying, looks like they have some daily deals here. Looks like they have, ooh, they have lobster flatbread. That might be a good thing. I didn't think I was gonna get lobster. Honestly, I was just gonna get fish and chips, but if I can get lobster on a pizza, oh, that's a game changer. I think the last time I came to Red Lobster was with my parents several years ago. They had friends in town who liked Red Lobster and we just all went together. I noticed that their peel and eat shrimp, whenever they have the endless shrimp, I noticed that a lot of my friends like to go to that over the years. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a huge, like, if I had to choose between lobster and steak, I'm more of a steak guy. I think a lot of people are. I know a lot of people like lobster. If you want the live Maine lobster here, market price, not available, but those are the ones we saw up in the tank. Oh, poor little lobbies. So this used to be owned by Darden, same company as Olive Garden. Not anymore. but they do still offer the buy one, take one.
There you go.
Thank you so much. Here they are, the Cheddar Bay biscuits. Now I know these right here are a lot of folks' favorite at Red Lobster. They smell pretty dang good. Nice and warm. Wow. Those are freaking delicious. And I got a garden salad. Look at this. They have French dressing. Not a lot of restaurants I go to have French dressing. This is like a honey French dressing. And here it is. Lobster flat bread. Looks pretty good. Also finished my salad. Ordered some more cheddar biscuits. Looks like they have a little lemon here. Let's squirt a little lemon. Yeah. Let's give it a try. Love me some pizza. I've never had lobster on a pizza before though. First time for everything. Check that out. Wow. Dude, the crust is like the cheddar biscuits. No lie, that's amazing. It's got like the cheddar biscuit crust. That's pretty fantastic. Mmm. The lobster, the lemon, gives it a nice little zesty taste. There's a little bit of lobster right there. I like it. May you have fair winds and following seas, aka much ahead. Got leftovers. Gonna take Chris the girl home a cheddar biscuit. Can't speak for the rest of the menu, but the lobster flatbread, that was pretty tasty. It was actually better than I expected. When I ordered it, I was like, but it was delicious. I liked it. Red Lobster. Make sure you go check out your local Red Lobster if you can, if it's still there. And now we come back to Lake Mirror, just east of downtown Lakeland. There's something over here I just wanted to show you. Had to show you. Also, gotta put something else in the video, right? Again, Lake Mirror. Absolutely freaking beautiful. This is a historic park. If you've been to Lakeland, chances are you've come to Lake Mirror. This is one of the most beautiful parks in all of Florida. This stonework from the 1930s. That's crazy. Long, long time ago. And again, it reminds me of Central Park. The lampposts, the stonework. Oh no, alligator. How about Terminator Gator? Robot Gator. Check this sculpture out. It's freaking awesome. Show you the detail. This is sitting right by the lake, between the road and the lake. Giant chains on here. This is actually a memorial to a former town alligator that used to hang out in the lakes, this lake specifically, of downtown Lakeland. This sculpture is pretty awesome. Yeah, it does remind me of the Terminator. The Terminator. The alligator. It's called Crocodilus imperius, and it was sculpted by Doug Mackinson. Now, if you read online, there was a gator by the name of Blinky. And Blinky used to hang out in downtown Lakeland, and he became kind of like a legend. Blinky, the town alligator of Lakeland, he was seen. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was sometime in the 70s and 80s when Blinky could be seen crawling around down here. And he became a Lakeland legend. And this is a tribute to Mr. Blinky, is what I read. It's a pretty cool tribute to an alligator. It's pretty awesome. Oh, I didn't show you the claws. Whoa. Someone spent a lot of time on this. It is so cool. Check out the tail. Pretty cool. Blinky. All right, folks. Well, this is gonna be the end of it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up. And if it was your first time here, feel free to subscribe below. There is much behind and much ahead, as I always say. Made a lot of videos, and there's a lot more coming. Hope to see you there. All right, well that's it. This is a beautiful spot. Can't wait to come back out here, do something else. And this is the part of the video where I say, I love this part. Know you're awesome, know you're loved, and no matter who you are, what you're going through, just know that there is always much ahead for you. You, my friend, yes, I'm talking to you. Have a good day, everyone. I'll see you real soon. Got a lot of trips planned. Gonna hit the road soon. The Terrace Hotel. I bet you that's haunted. It looks very old. It's gotta be haunted, right? Everything's haunted.